Fastest selling cars for the month of May 2026 in the United States of America. At the number 10 spot, Dad, we have the Lexus RZ. With just a 16 days supply, there's 721 Lexus RZ for sale nationwide right now. Yet dealers have sold almost 2,000 of them in the last 45 days. Average transaction price almost at $51,000. Doesn't seem to stop Lexus shoppers from purchasing the RZ. What is days supply and how are we calculating the fastest selling cars in the United States of America right now?
So what is market day supply? Market day supply is how long it would take a manufacturer or the dealers of that manufacturer to sell their remaining inventory based on daily current sales rates. So you look at that Lexus RZ, 721 of them, take them 16 days to sell those remaining cars.
Yeah, your fastest selling cars aren't necessarily your best selling cars. We're going to talk about those in just a few minutes here. Your fastest selling are the ones that the dealers would run out of inventory most quickly based on current sales rate and how much inventory they have. At the number 9 spot is the 2026 Toyota Camry, a 15-day supply of this vehicle. What's fascinating here, Dad, is that dealers have 23,211 Toyota Camrys for sale nationwide right now. That seems like a lot, but they've sold 68,841 of them in the last 45 days, $36,568 average transaction price. No surprise here, Dad, the Toyota Camry, which when we get into our best-selling vehicles, the most volume sold, you won't be surprised this is at the top of that list as well. 15-day supply, that is crazy.
Absolutely. Dealers love it. The customers don't have much leverage, unfortunately. The dealers have most of that leverage. It's not a recipe for a great deal.
Now, there was recently a TikTok video that went super viral of a woman who tried to buy a Toyota and they just kept giving her the runaround until finally she went to a Mazda dealership. They gave her the out the door price and they actually sold her the car. The moral of that story is while a lot of this list is about to be Toyota and Lexus, it means you have more negotiability at other brands. So, if you want that brand new Toyota, maybe you'll have to think twice after you watch this video. At the number 8 spot, Dad, the 2026 Lexus GX has a 14-day supply. Dealers have 693 on their lots, supposedly, and 2,258 have sold in the last 45 days. I say supposedly, Dad, because most of these Lexus GX vehicles are pre-sold before they even hit the dealer's lot.
Yeah, but the delivery does take place as soon as they come in, and so they count as a retail delivery. So they are selling as quick as possible.
Then you have next on the list the Toyota Corolla. It has a 14-day supply as well. You've got 12,256 Toyota Corollas sitting on the ground at dealers' lots right now in the United States of America. Yet in the last 45 days, they've sold almost 40,000 of them. That's absolutely crazy. We'll do the number 6 spot here as well. It's another familiar name if you've watched these videos from the past, the 2026 Toyota Sienna. We're down to a 12-days supply. There are 4,906 Siennas sitting on dealer lots, yet they've sold almost 18,000 in the last 45 days. A $54,000 Toyota minivan should not be selling out in 12 days, but it is.
Well, it is when you have limited availability. And as you can see from this list, Toyota does a great job of matching inventory to demand. Dealers aren't sitting on a lot of inventory, but they are sitting on a tremendous amount of demand.
Now, your top 5, Dad, at the number 5 spot, a 2026 Toyota RAV4. Shocker. 11 days supply of inventory. 9,193 for sale nationwide. 37,289 have sold in the last 45 days. The RAV4 now runs you over $41,000. Again, if you're in the mindset of wanting to get a good deal or not having to wait on a wait list for a new 2026 RAV4, go ahead and look at the Honda alternatives, the Mazda alternatives. They have a much higher days supply of inventory, which means there's much more negotiability for you. At the number 4 spot, the Toyota Corolla Cross, an 11-day supply as well. 6,643 nationwide on dealer lots. 27,441 have sold in the last 45 days. And then at the number 3 spot, Dad, the Toyota Highlander with an 11-day supply. And at the number 2 spot, the Grand Highlander with a 10-day supply. Before we jump to the number 1 spot, we're at 90% minimum here are Toyota and Lexus products. This is like insanity.
Nobody has matched inventory to demand better than Toyota over the last 3-4 years. And it looks like it's going to continue this way for the foreseeable future.
And again, the big key takeaway for those of you that watch this video and are in the market to buy a car sometime soon, the lower the day's supply, the less negotiable. The higher the day's supply, the more negotiable, the more leverage you have. And obviously, we provide this information back at CarEdge.com in your state and in your city so you can see what trends are happening there. We even have a nice heat map on the website to help you identify states where there might be better days supply for certain vehicles you're interested in. Now, the number one spot, Dad, and it's been here 2 months in a row, the 2026 BMW M3 sedan, a 9 days supply. BMW dealers nationwide have very little inventory of the new M3 sedan, only 105 of them. In the last 45 days, they've been selling out before they've even hit the lot. 502 sold, $101,000 for this performance sedan. It is flying off of dealer lots.
It certainly is. I don't get it, but then again, I don't have to get it. The BMW dealers get it, and their BMW M Series customers get it. That's for sure.
Now, Dad, let's talk about the 10 best-selling cars so far for the month of May 2026. This is not looking at days supply of inventory, so how fast it turns over. This is the total volume of vehicles that have sold in the last 45 days. And you can see here, again, a lot of Toyotas on this list, but a little more variability here. At the number 10 spot is the Toyota Corolla Cross with 27,441 sold. It's actually down 3% month over month. Then, Dad, the 2026 Ford F-150 has snuck into the top 10 at the number 9 spot. 28,881 sold in the last 45 days. That's up 33% month over month. So Ford doing a good job pushing those 26s now that it seems like they've sold out of the majority of their lingering 2025. So that's how they made it onto the list. Then the Toyota Tundra, the Toyota Grand Highlander, and then another non-Toyota brand, the Chevy Silverado. 32,533 Silverados sold in the last 45 days. So that's your bottom 5 in your top 10 best-selling vehicles.
And as you can see, even at the number 10 spot, to have sold 27,441 Toyota Corolla Crosses in the last 45 days, that's a heck of a lot of sales.
A lot of volume being moved. Let's do the top 5 quickly here. The RAV4, so crazy that there's an 11-day supply of a top 5 bestseller by volume. Number 4, the Toyota Corolla. What's interesting here, again, 14-day supply is incredible, but it's also a $27,000 price point, which makes sense why it's fastest selling, or best-selling, excuse me. And then, Dad, at the number 3 spot, Honda with the CR-V. Notice here, though, a 27-day supply. They sold 55,000 of them in the last 45 days, sub $40,000 price points, so cheaper than the RAV4 on average. Toyota Tacoma, we don't think about this truck that often, but wow, do they sell a lot of them, 56,000. And like I mentioned on the other side, we were talking about the fastest selling, your best selling car in the United States right now. It is without a doubt the Toyota Camry, 68,841 sold in the last 45 days.
God, it's good to be a Toyota dealer.
So here's the deal, folks. Back at CarEdge.com/fastest, we have all this data, obviously, at a national level, the top 25 for each that we ran through in today's video. We also have broken down by state and city. So I encourage you to look at this information before you do your car shopping. Identify if there are some buyer's market opportunities or if it's more of a seller's market. Obviously, in most cases for Toyota, it's going to be a seller's market.
Unfortunately, but this is valuable data for you as a customer so that you understand where the opportunities might be.